Maybe it is.
Previously on T-Man 978.
Oh, look at this. I'm going to have to watch that on somebody else's channel. And listen to him. Gremlins used to be my favorite thing. And I got more of these, My Hero stuff. That guy.
T-Man 978 Chill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. Right now I'm going to be chill reviewing Transformers Studio Series 86 number 29. The Transformers the movie Bumblebee, who is a deluxe class figure. This is the packaging. We got that artwork right there. We got this bigger artwork on this side. We got that. Alright, read this, or let's read this. Bumblebee is saved from the acidic insides of Unicron when Daniel Witwicky comes to the rescue. I'm going to bring that back up. The backdrop is called Inside the Depths of Unicron. You also get the instruction manual and this annoying pull-out with the warnings in all the different languages. Outside of those things, you get this blaster right here, which is a nicely sculpted blaster that doesn't look waffly and whatnot. We've seen a similar blaster with several different G1 figures. One difference with this blaster is we have this little nub right there. It can actually store, and Bumblebee is back. With the Studio Series figures, they haven't been putting 5mm pegs all over like they do with the regular Generations Legacy style figures. But let's get straight into Bumblebee once we lower the brightness right here. Anyhow, I'm going to try to talk about him, everything he can do as far as poseability and whatnot, and maybe after the comparisons I'll come back with any types of gripes or negative things. But anyhow, here is his face. The head looks like that. Here is his back, or what they had to do with this back. See his arms and whatnot. This is what it looks like when you put his arms out to the side. You see the shape of his body. He actually has two side view mirrors. They have that detail on the side of his hand. I'm gonna have to look at the cartoon. That must be a thing because I remember this over and over again. Here are his legs and his feet with the bumper on there. Here's what it looks like right there. Here's the bottom of the feet. Articulation. The head is on a ball joint, so it can get you that much. You can't look up like more than that at all. You get a little bit of side tilt and it rotates. The arms on a ball joint, they go out to the side and do everything that a ball joint would do, including wiggle like that a bit. You do get a separate bicep swivel, 90 degrees of elbow bend, and there is a swivel right there. We get this right here. The legs kick all the way out to the side. They kick all the way back, all the way forward. You get a thigh rotation. Tight knee joints, luckily. The foot doesn't rock forward, but it does rock back due to the transformation. And they have a hinge right here for ankle pivot. So, that is cool. I think that he is a really cool Bumblebee action figure. Like, you don't have a problem getting him in basic poses. Of course, with him not having the ability to look up, some poses are limited to you. Like, I like having poses like lean down like this, and the character actually like looking forward. Now, if I did have my camera lower, it probably wouldn't be too much of a problem. But I like how he looks, his feet style, the whole style of this reminds me of comic artwork that I used to see in the early 2000s from Dreamwave Comics. It's like almost like a perfect representation of that. And I like that. All right, here he is with several other G1-ish style Bumblebees that I have acquired over the years. And I guess I'll do this right now during my comparisons. My gripes. One of my gripes. Now, this Bumblebee is a reproduction of the original Bumblebee that came out in 1984, but it has an updated head that looks very similar to this, and they give it a silver bumper. Pretty much everything else is representative of the original toy. If you want to see what the original Bumblebee looked like with his original face, Google. Google is your friend. I also have a review for the Autobot Minibots. But while we're here, this thing is created for Transformers Studio Series 86. Transformers Studio Series is meant to mimic a perfect representation of what they looked like on screen, be it movie or animation. This, to me, is not the perfect representation of Bumblebee from the cartoon. Now, I didn't expect a complete miracle, but this is basically what he looked like on the cartoon, and I can put up a cartoon image of him. Now, I knew the feet would be off and whatnot, but I expected the body to be a little bit closer, and if nothing else, I expected the face to be 100% spot on to this right here. They actually made a $15 version of Bumblebee that has this exact face as what he looked like on the cartoon. This is just like a representation of what he looked like. What we got is just another version of this. This is the Netflix Bumblebee from Transformers Siege / Earthrise. And this is Titan's Return Legends Class Bumblebee. Basically, they have a face that represents Bumblebee, but it's not spot on like this face right here. So to me, I feel like they wanted to make an updated version of Bumblebee for the 40th anniversary, that sort of resembles this a lot. Even the head sculpts or face sculpts look very, very similar. And it was probably going to be a part of Buzzworthy Bumblebee and be a Target exclusive, but at the last minute, Target canceled Buzzworthy Bumblebee, or maybe Hasbro did. So they decided, let's move it over to Studio Series. Let's be lazy and make them Studio Series. But to me, this isn't the best representation of what a Studio Series Bumblebee should look like. It's just a cool Bumblebee, but not tune accurate or screen accurate at all. Like even back here, they could have had a flip out. There's enough real estate inside of there in the transformation. They could have had a flip out tire that went on his back. Like this guy has that semblance of a tire. Or they could have had an attachment that plugged in right here to sit on the back, but they didn't. To me, and you'll see more in vehicle mode, it looks like Cliff Jumper, but they just tacked on these vaguely beetle-looking toes. Then there are these three guys. This guy, I already was feeling like, oof, I paid full price for this, which was the $25 deluxe class. This as well, but he at least came with it, which I don't have pictured here. He is as substantial as this, if not more, and it's covered in paint, and it came with 4 weapon accessories, and the weapons were covered in paint from what I can remember. He did not come with that gun. This guy comes with 4 weapon accessories. This guy just comes with the gun. That's all you get is the gun. To me, and why I said I'm going to bring that little statement on the back of his packaging, I feel like for them to sell this he should have been his own wave. I don't care how it came out, like he could have been some kind of exclusive, but he should have been his own wave for less than $20. Or if they wanted to sell it for the $25, he should have come with Core Class Exosuit Daniel Witwicky. Since they already released Spike separately as a core class, they could have changed the helmet and made it Daniel Witwicky, because he came there to save Bumblebee, Cliffjumper, and Jazz. Oh, and his dad, Spike. Here's a comparison I didn't do during his review. This was less than $10 when that came out. It is nowhere near articulation-wise advanced as these two right there, but it's a substantial figure. And this guy right here, $10 deluxe when it came out in 2006. And here's the change in Hasbro's philosophy. Like, Hasbro wasn't as greedy back then. Not only is this thing as substantial and more, like it has heavier plastic and whatnot, and it's bigger. Oh yeah, this is Transformers Classics Bumblebee mold, but this is the reveal the shield version of him. But Hasbro was feeling like, oh, since he's a small deluxe, look at this, small deluxe. They figured, let's put in an extra accessory. So they gave him a jet ski that transforms into a jetpack, and that attaches to his body, making him even bigger and more substantial than he already is. But now they're like, hey, this is the price point. You're going to get what we put in that box. So it's unfortunate to me that they were like very generous back then, super generous back then. And now it's like we're lucky to get what we get. But before we get into any other things, one of the complaints I have, which I didn't want to get into while I was showing off everything, the paint right here, this paint, sloppy. And it definitely needed an extra coat to match up with this right here, which also appears, no, let's see. That's a plastic piece that they plugged on right there. But come on, this thing doesn't come with nothing. Put some extra paint on there. And I had a QC issue where when I opened him, his head was completely fused, 100%. I could just turn it that far and that far, which I was basically about to rip off the ball joint because it was fused. I had to put him, I tried everything. I did the hair dryer thing and twist it. Didn't work. It didn't work until I put him in boiling hot water. I put his head in there for like 2 minutes. And then I slowly twisted, slowly, and then it cracked. And I was able to twist it around. And now it moves really freely. And as far as cost cutting and whatnot is concerned, normally their figures have been having pin joints all over. Like he has pins in his shoulders. They put him on ball joints, which they've been trying to get away from. But this guy's already smaller and they gave him the ball joints. It also looks like, if I had to guess, looking at sculpting, I'm willing to bet you that at some point this was a separate hinge that can make his arms lift up above the shoulder right there. And then he could get into, or he could actually pose like this, and he can get into a prone position where he can get on the ground. And that would have been very helpful when they retool this guy into Cliffjumper, and he comes with that daggone cannon all over again. Here he is next to my previous Transformer review and two other G1 mini-bots that are smaller deluxe figures. Like, I was feeling kind of ripped off with Gears, but Gears is awesome. Look at my review for that. And he's more substantial than this Bumblebee. Like, yeah. So right here at the beginning of this video, before I even get to transformation and the alt mode, here's what I can say. The only reason to get this Bumblebee, if you already own this one, is you just want a new Bumblebee that has a more accurate, slightly more accurate vehicle mode. Or you just want every single Bumblebee, because I can't even say he's worth the price they're charging, to be honest. These two particularly are Studio Series Deluxe Class figures. And yeah, when I talk about that G1 cartoon likeness or movie likeness, you can definitely see it more with these guys, especially in their faces. Their faces are spot on. Right here before transformation, I wanted to mention this. Here's one thing I think is cool. Come on, get off of there. They built in a way to make Gold Bug when they repaint this guy gold and give him a new blue head. So there's that. This is how the Throttlebot Gold Bug would be. I think this is cool that they built this in instead of the removable piece that this guy has. So that's another reason to get this guy over this one if you want. If you didn't want this piece to be removable. But this piece right here is more substantial than this flat piece of plastic. Anywho, transformation. I'm going to take this gun out the hand. I'm going to open up the chest. Like this should have been back here like this, but I'm going to wiggle that up so that we can get that out. This head can rotate in there, shut that, and just leave that hanging. Now we're going to make sure the fist is straight, and we're going to bring the arm back like that. Bring the arm back like this. And then it's like lightly tabs into there. We can rotate that and bring it up like this. You could also use this as somewhat of a butterfly joint, but since all this wheel comes out, it looks ugly. Down here, we can dislodge that, dislodge that. Push these in. Then we can open this door back here on the back of his foot and fold these in till they peg. Then we can tab the feet together. This is reminiscent of the old Masterpiece Bumblebee, the first one. You can bring his waist back like that. Bring the legs forward. Rotate them like this to bring that up. And now we can rotate the knees backwards to meet up with that. And go ahead and rotate that up like this, which reveals the shield. And now we can bring this down. Bring this down. Peg the arms together. It's not really necessary, but that is a step. And now we can accordion that down like that and make this meet up with that. And boom. It is a vehicle, and we can put this gun back here if you like. But here he is in his vehicle mode, which is a chibi penny racer style vehicle. They claimed that they couldn't paint these windows blue, which would have also been more Studio Series accurate. I'll bring out one of the Studio Series that has the blue windows, but this is somewhat the shape that it had in the cartoon. I will show an image right here of what it looked like in the cartoon. One cool thing is it has the pinned wheels, so it does roll well. It even has a bigger rear tires than the front tires. Oh, that was another gripe that I had. See how this guy has the wheels up under there? The wheels are hidden. These wheels are showing in the robot mode. I dislike that. That's not even the case in the original toy, because they're both on this arm. But looking at this thing is completely shaped like Cliff Jumper. They just need a spoiler, and this needs to be changed to not be a beetle looking thing. But right there, they could have had the spare tire. They could have had that gun hide up under here somewhere. And there's like a lot of room, like I said, a lot of room under there where they could have had a transforming spare tire. A ton of room. Let's see if I can get this gun to go up under there. Almost. Almost. But I'm sure they could have come up with some other type of gun storage if they wanted to. But it is a decent chibi Bumblebee. So I'm making a bunch of gripes, but it's decent. and it rolls well. And it has gun storage on the back. Now here's what the original toy looked like versus this. As we can see, the front is way more Volkswagen-y than that. That slope right there, that is cliff jumper, like I said. And the rear is way more round than this. But one cool thing, they did paint all the windows and they painted the rear lights. And they painted the hubcaps. And now for a comparison parade, here he is next to the masterpiece Bumblebee 2.0. They're super close to being the same size, which is magic as far as the transformation as far as this, but here is more what I was expecting as far as a rounded back and more looking like a chibi Volkswagen Beetle. Here's the animated Activators Bumblebee. Here is Titan's Return Legends Class Bumblebee. Here is Reveal the Shield / Deluxe Class Classics Bumblebee without the jet ski that I had to make it even longer. Here is Deluxe Animated Universe Bumblebee from Transformers Legacy. Here is a non-studio series, but it's from the G1 Universe Legacy Gears with the painted windows. Here's Braun with the painted windows that they didn't give him for some reason, but they wanted to put it in Studio Series 86. Here's Deluxe Class Blur. This is a Deluxe Class, by the way. And this is Deluxe Class Studio Series 86 Cliff Jumper, which they painted his windows as well. And I said that this Bumblebee came with 4 accessories. It's actually 5 because it comes with these 2 things, these guns right here. And I completely forgot about this piece right there, which you can make the gun longer. And it has a transformation joint and they painted it. So, yeah. But while all this stuff is still out here, the car is good. I like it, except that this paint is ugly and he halfway still looks like G1 Cliff Jumper. I'm sure this video is long because of my rant, but reverse transformation. We're gonna pull this off. Pull this out like that, basically. We're going to bring this out like this for now. We're going to swing this forward, which gets half of that bumper transformed up in there. Then we're going to bring the legs down like that all the way up. Might as well just do this now right there. And down here we're going to lift these pieces in the front up like that. Lift these out. Rotate this door in like this and bring these up or down to match onto those little clips. Now we're going to rotate this back to get that little peg into the groove. Rotate this, rotate that, get that in the groove, bring the arm down, open up this, elongate this, which will start bringing his head down, but you can go ahead and lift the head up and bring this down to beat into there. Bring the head back, shut it, put the gun in his hand if you want. Where is his gun? And now here he is. He's a robot again. I said a lot of things. Hopefully you watched the whole review to hear what I said, to see all of my opinion. I'm going to put a link to where you can get him on Amazon because I'm an Amazon affiliate. I might have one of those links in the bottom to Target and some other places because it's available everywhere. Studio Series 86. Thank you for watching. Until next time, T-Man 978 out of here.
Figure action. That one's me.
Join the Syndicate Toy Hunters Facebook group. Link in the description.
Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should click those videos. Click